These are the 20 best hidden gem VR games for the Meta Quest 3, and that means that most of these you won't find on your general game list, but they are definitely worth playing. So I hope you enjoy, and let's dive right into it, with the first one being Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu. If you love some good fighting games, then this one is definitely for you, because it is basically Tekken, or Street Fighter inside virtual reality, where you have a roster of over 40 unique characters, each their special moves, to adapt to your own fighting style. And since they are using a physics-based system, the movements that you are making feel super smooth. But what makes it even better is their option for multiplayer, letting you challenge your friends in an all-out brawler team up against some others to show off those fighting skills, which made it one of the most fun experiences that I've had in virtual reality. So if you haven't already, you should definitely give this one a shot. And the second one is Underdogs. This one can already be a hidden gem just by the name itself. And while it only has 503 ratings so far, it scores a near perfect 5 stars across the board, with the main gameplay itself focusing on some insane mech fights, making it a full-on brawler roguelike, letting you also personalize and gear up with hundreds of different items, as well as the bonus of an amazing art style that truly makes you feel like you're in a certain cyberpunk, futuristic reality. And on number 3, we have Genotype. This is a Metroidvania first-person shooter adventure, letting you explore an abandoned lab inside of Antarctica, but with the catch that it is completely overrun with monstrous beasts. But what makes it so unique is that you can take these living creatures and use them as weapons or survival tools, which takes the looting system or reuse of items to an absolute new level. And another big plus is its fully voiced, acted story that really makes you feel like you're part of the game world. However, with only 163 ratings at the moment, it seems like this game has sadly flew under many people's radar, even though it has been one of the most unique experiences I have had recently in any combat VR game, which kind of gives similar vibes to that of Half-Life Alyx. And on No. 4, we have Swordsman. This is a physics-based medieval combat game specifically made to work inside virtual reality, where you build your own character and fight against other knights, Vikings, or even samurai, and with some epic boss fights sprinkled into it. It surely keeps you on your toes the whole time. But personally, it is the gameplay modifiers that make it even more fun. From invisible enemies that show up as floating swords to the ability to slow down time to do whatever you want. And while this one definitely got some more reviews, has been ranked by the public with an average of 4 stars out of 5. And a No. 5, we have Townsmen VR. If you've always enjoyed games like The Sims, or maybe Age of Empire, then this one is definitely for you, because it is a classic city building game that now, thanks to VR, gives you a completely new experience, with interactive mechanics, giving you kind of a godlike simulation, where you are overlooking a small settlement where you will have to build buildings as well as assign jobs to your villagers to make sure that your city grows. And you can choose to either play it in sandbox mode without any restrictions or follow instead the fully voiced campaign story. But this one only has a total of 95 ratings, just coming short of 4.5 stars, making it one of the least known hidden gems on this list. No. 6 is Liminal. This is definitely the most unique game that you can get for your Quest 3. But the best way to explain it is to just experience it for yourself, because you will have to choose between 6 categories of emotional and cognitive states that either let you relax or unwind in different types of worlds. The cool thing is that this has been made by a team of neuroscientists and psychologists that have tried to create an experience unlike anything else. And what makes it even better is that you can get it completely for free, giving you no reason to at least give it a shot. And at the moment, it has over 900 reviews, coming in just shortly, again 4.5 stars. And next up, we have No. 7, Richest Record Club. If you love tennis, pickleball, or any pedal-like game, then you will probably enjoy this one too, because here, you can hit up the courts and play either singles or doubles in your own career mode. And if you want, you can also team up to play some multiplayer and show off your tennis skills in virtual reality. But they also have an optional mixed reality mode so that you can clearly see your surroundings and don't have to worry about hitting some objects or people around you. And with over 396 reviews, they have so far scored above 4.5 stars on average, starting to make it look like a game with loads of future potential. And No. 8, we have Shores of Loki. This single-player puzzle game might remind you slightly of Puzzling Places, but instead, they are also trying to focus on a narrative with compelling characters and a story to go with it. And with a total of 165 reviews, They just slightly reached over for stars. And no, 9 is clean sheet. This is one for all those football fans out there, especially if you've always wanted to become a pro goalkeeper, because this can give you some training. In VR Soccer, where you will have to challenge yourself against shots recreated from real-life goals, and with loads of different game modes that wouldn't be possible in real life, it actually makes it also a fun way to work out while polishing up on your skills at the same time. And with over 662 reviews, they reached over almost a near perfect of 5 stars on average. And ain't no 10. We have Cards and Tankers. This social, collectible card game is slowly gaining some popularity amongst the VR community because, with its local tavern atmosphere, it lets you play this intuitive card game against other players from the comfort of your own home. And since you can completely customize your own deck, every single player can put their own types of strategies into it. So if you are already a big fan of things like Hearthstone or Yu-Gi-Oh, then this one is definitely a great choice for you, reaching just above 4 stars, with over 1,200 ratings. And on No. 11, we have Piano Vision. This simple concept works so well for the MetaQuest, thanks to its mixed reality capabilities. By using the outside cameras built onto the headset, it can let you project a virtual keyboard in front of you so that you can practice and play the piano wherever you are. With more than over 1,000 songs that you can play from the start, you can use it if you are experienced with it or even a complete beginner. And with a total of 4 stars in 559 ratings, I truly think that this is exactly what mixed reality needs to become more mainstream. And on No. 12, we have Ancient Dungeon. This actually used to be a side quest game that you could get completely for free, but only in its beta version. But with its many updates, it has now found its way on the official Quest store. And while you might think it looks like a Minecraft mod, it is actually a rogue-like dungeon crawler featuring physics-based combat where you are trying to escape these dangerous dungeons. But whether you succeed or fail, every attempt increases your chance of getting closer to your goal, giving a very similar mechanic like the game Hades. But with already over 1,190 reviews, they almost scored a near perfect 5-star. So if you didn't get the chance to try it out in its beta, now might be the best time. And No. 13 is The Lost Clockwinder. While this is a much more relaxed and simple experience compared to the previous titles to play it, you will still need to use your brain power to its maximum capacity. From growing plants to harvesting resources, the main goal is to work together with the other robot-like creatures to solve this intricate puzzles, while at the same time saving the clock tower from sinking. And this is one of those games that you must just play, truly understand how good it really is. And that can also be seen in its reviews, scoring once again a near perfect 5 stars. And No. 14. We have Eye of the Temple. This is Indiana Jones inside virtual reality, where you will embark on an adventure to explore a vast, treacherous temple and uncover the ancient legends of the Eye itself. But while you're at it, you will have to keep your balance and step between moving blocks while also dodging hazardous traps and solving environmental puzzles. The cool thing, though, is that this game requires you to move around in your surroundings, but that also means that you at least needed to buy 2 meters space to really be capable of enjoying this game. And of course, the more space you have around you, the better it translates into the real gameplay. But while it only has 321 reviews, it did score quite above a solid 4.5 stars, with its main limitation that not everybody has the room to play this game in the first place. No. 15. Titan Clinic. From a dental studio to a nail salon, in this game, you can use a variety of tools and use your creativity for some unique dental needs, since all of those who are passing by can either be gorillas, vampire Santa Claus themselves, or straight up zombies, making it one of those typical simulation games that witted, simple art style still makes it feel highly satisfying when actually completing the job, kind of giving you a throwback to those kid games that you used to play when virtual reality wasn't a thing just yet. And with just over 75 ratings, it managed to score slightly above 4 stars on -1. And No. 16. We have Guardians Frontline. This SCIF shooter gives you the role of commander that has to fight off a bunch of enemies and build a base in its single-player co-op campaign But you don't have to do this alone, because its campaign mode can also be played with up to 4 other players in co-op or Disco PvP with up to 8 of your friends with full crossplay support and with 900 for ratings on the board and a solid score slightly above 4.5 stars. It is definitely an underrated game that I'm sure many of you would enjoy and know. 17. We have Akpala. This is a very unique magic battle game where you are embodying an anime hero that can attack using spells. But what makes it so different is that it uses a voice recognition system so that you can enhance your magic by chanting it out directly into your microphone. But it is not only your voice that plays a role in how you control your combat, because you can also have enhanced attacks by adding movement yourself. Another special aspect is that you can interact with the 3D AI characters inside the tutorial stage, and since it is voice-based communication, it offers quite a distinct experience from your normal text-based chats. And of course, a one-player mode is also available. But since it only has 2 ratings so far, the star reviews have to be taken with a big grain of salt. And no. 18. We have Knock. This is best described as Rocket League with bows and arrows, where you are skating or flying around a pitch while shooting at the ball and trying to get it into your opponent's goal. But the skill level for this is absolutely insane, since many players are directly trying to hit that fast-moving ball. At the same time, you also have to be careful of not getting a knockout yourself, and with already over 2,000 reviews, it has scored a solid 4.5 stars. No. 19. Cosmo Dread. This is a VR survival horror game, while at the same time using rogue-like elements that keep the gameplay very high-paced, and wherein it you are trapped in a dying spaceship filled with different types of horrors that you must explore, but your main goal is survive and find your way back to the safety of Earth. And you can use your own hands to interact with the environment, from opening up doors and drawers, as well as collecting basic resources and crafting your own weapons and equipment. But what makes it so tense is the immersive atmosphere and music that really make you feel like something terrible can happen round every single corner. And it received a 4.5 stars on average out of 837 ratings. And last but not least, we have No. 20, which is In Depth Unchained. This is the most popular game on this list, but still is often highly underrated by most VR gamers. In here, you will battle through a floating castle using your bows and arrows and try to restore peace in this medieval fantasy. But with its absolute excellent replay value that adapts to the player's skill level, it also has 4 beautiful worlds and some epic boss fights, so it comes to no surprise that it has a near-perfect 5-star rating with well over 4,400 reviews.